Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. Your questions, your heroes.
Welcome to the Touchdown with Aaron Masemola, right here on the Joyride on OFM, the sound of your life for the last 35 years. Now, as every single rugby fan knows in South Africa at the moment, it's quite an exciting time of rugby. We are currently seeing the British and Irish Lions tour South Africa, and these are incredibly exciting times for the world of rugby. But also, one thing that we know is that this month is the month of August, and of course we get to celebrate women's rugby as well. And joining me at this point in time is a Springbok women's rugby player. Her name is Lusanda Dumke. Lusanda, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well, Lusanda, and thank you so much for joining me on the Touchdown. Now, the world of women's rugby is a world that not too many people actually know about. It's not often celebrated, but you got involved with the sport of rugby, and I would love to know, how did you actually get involved with rugby, and how has your journey been thus far in the sport of rugby?
Okay. Firstly, I didn't know much about rugby because I was staying in Transkei, and then so I didn't know about anything about rugby. I didn't know the sport. I didn't know there was a sport called rugby. So after I've lost my mom, then I moved to East London to stay with my sis, and from then I was introduced to rugby because I used to play netball and I used to do athletics as well. So I was introduced to rugby. And then I decided to stop netball and doing athletics. Then I focused on rugby because by then I was like falling in love with it. And people used to say that one day I would play for Springboks, even though it didn't make sense for someone coming from a very disadvantaged home and place, actually, because then it's deep, it's in Transkei, and it's those deep villages. So, yeah, and then I fell in love with it, and then I've never looked back. So my journey with rugby so far has been good, because that year I was introduced to it. I went to play trials for under 16 or under 16, and then I met the team, and I was made the captain of the under 16. And in the next year, I played for under 16 as well. So I got selected for SA High Performance Squad. And then I could see that maybe I might play for the Springboks, but still there was no hope. And until I got to play for SA under 18 sevens in Australia. And then I started changing my mentality now, because I could see that maybe there is a future, and I could feel the future coming from rugby.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Now you talk about your success and your journey thus far in the sport of rugby, but I would like to highlight one of the things that you alluded to now, and that's of course you becoming the senior team captain for the Border Women's Rugby team. How did that come about, and also how did you feel when you were recognized as the captain?
Firstly, I joined Border senior team at a very young age. I was playing with Mandisa Nwabisa, who is the coach now. So I joined them at a very young age. I was fortunate enough to be in that squad because I could see leadership from them, even though I was young. They taught me a lot. I could see a lot from them. So when I was told that I'll be the captain, which started in 2019, I was told that I was gonna be a captain. I'm not I'm not really sure how I felt, but I was happy, and I was happy for the experience that I was about to experience, of course, and I was happy to lead my team. It was a great opportunity for me, man, to display my leadership skills, because last time I did was with the Border Unders. So I was happy, and still happy.
Lusanda, I would love for us to now talk about your call-up to the national squad, and that happened in 2019. How exciting was that moment for you, and also the experience of traveling other countries across the world and also being able to play rugby?
It was super exciting. It was super exciting, especially the first call-up I had with the Springboks. Even though I was nervous and didn't know what to expect, actually, because you know when you're there with people you're not used to, you need to stop being a baby. You need to take care of yourself. You need to be responsible, actually, because no one is looking after you but yourself. So it was very exciting. It was a great experience, but I was nervous at the same time, as I've said. It was a really great moment for me, because I knew that I needed to work, since I'll be with the Springboks, and it's not child's play. I mean, it's a national team. Everyone wants to be there. So I knew that I needed to work on myself now, improving my fitness levels, improving my strength, because I'm a forward, hence I'm too small. So yeah, it was a very exciting moment that I did not expect, actually. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. I would love for us to now talk about the 2021 Women's Premier Division, which you guys as a Border actually won, and you were the captain. Now, tell me about that moment of playing a long season, going through challenges, and at the end of the season, you actually get to lift the Premier Women's Trophy in South Africa.
Well, I still have mixed emotions about that day, because like I'm playing with a very young team that nobody had hope from, because no one knew that we could actually win, even go to the finals with that team I had. But the girls made me super proud. I respect all of them. They made me so proud. So going to the IPL, having to play 10 games, being scared of getting injured, it was a very long one, but a very interesting one, because we don't normally play 2 rounds. But this year we did, and we managed to go to the finals against one of the best provinces, which is Western Province. But we still managed to win them with every challenge we have faced as Border team, with a lot of challenges actually we're facing as Border team, not having sponsors and not having players coming from different places. Some are coming from Tata, some are coming from Queenstown, some are from Tsentana. So it was a very tricky one, because we had to make sacrifices about school, about everything, knowing that we want to win this IPL. Yeah. So it was a very exciting moment, not for me, but for the players as a whole, for the management, for the Eastern Cape, and for women's rugby as a whole, because we displayed a very good rugby, same as VP, but one had to win, which was us. And for that, we are super proud of ourselves, and we're looking forward to the next season.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Now, I would love for us to talk about the build-up to quite an important tournament in terms of women's rugby. And of course, that's the 2022 Women's Rugby World Cup that will be hosted in New Zealand. I also know that this coming Friday, you guys have a camp as well, just to prepare for this tournament that will be hosted in October next year. How are the preparations going, and how excited are the ladies to play in the Rugby World Cup next year?
Firstly, we're very excited about the World Cup, but I think every lady that is in the squad now, their focus is to actually make the team, to secure her places going to the World Cup. So far the preparations have been good. We've been training hard, and we've been given everything that we might need by SA Rugby, which is gym and everything we might need, actually. So the preparations so far are going good, hoping to have great experience as well in the camp. we are looking. Okay, actually, I am looking forward to the camp, and I can't wait to see my teammates, and I hope we'll have a great 2 weeks camp going forward.
Absolutely fantastic. Just a last question from my side. I would simply like to ask you, as a young women's Springbok player in the country, what is your dream for rugby across Central South Africa in terms of growing the sport of women's rugby?
Okay, for women's rugby, firstly, is to see more professionalism for provincial teams. I mean, getting contracts. I would love to see more competition in the Premier League now, because we only have like about 6 teams, of which I don't think it's quite competitive, because like we know we'll play VP and we'll play Poland. We don't have many teams, so I wish I can see many teams playing, and I wish to see more of our games being televised, be it provincial game, being a national game, like all of them being televised. People getting to know us, because I feel like people don't know us, and that's one of the reasons they don't know us, because we don't play on TV like any other games. So I wish to see that. I wish to see us playing on TV. I wish to see women's rugby getting sponsorship. I wish to see us getting sponsors, because we don't have sponsors as women rugby. Yeah, man, there's a lot to work on, but those are the things I can highlight. I mean, we've been playing, but even though there's some changes, which is now some of the games were played on TV, which we really appreciate. We really appreciate the effort, and we see the effort. It's just that they can still do more on not giving them a pressure or what, but just to add up on those things, adding teams to the IPL, getting the provincial teams semi-professional, if I might put it that way. I think that can actually motivate lots of young girls who wanna play.
Oh, definitely. Lusanda, thank you so much for joining us on The Touchdown. I really do appreciate your time. And of course, as you've mentioned, you highlight some of the challenges that SA Rugby has to look at in terms of building the sport of women's rugby throughout the country. But also, from our side as South African fans, we would simply like to thank you for the work that you ladies are currently putting into the sport of rugby. And I mean, slowly but surely, I believe that things will get better. And trust me that every single South African is so ready for that Rugby World Cup in New Zealand, where I'm certain you ladies will do so well. Enjoy the camp that's coming up on Friday, and we are wishing you everything but the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. OFM Sport. The personalities behind the plays.